Welcome to Module 2 in Online Business Mania. This module is all about programming your mind for six figures and beyond. So this is all about a new way of thinking. Now, to get started, let's take a look at a few inspirational quotes from some famous people. First of all, Henry Ford, the founder of the Ford Motor Company, said, "If you think you can or you think you can't, you're probably right." Napoleon Hill said, "What the mind of man can conceive and believe, he can achieve." Walt Disney said, "If you can dream it, you can do it." Ralph Waldo Emerson said, "What lies behind us and what lies before us are tiny matters in comparison to what lies within us." And Stephen Covey said, "The best way to predict your future is to create it." Now, all of this leads us to what we should consider with respect to our new business venture. So here's where we start out. Positive self-image. The first thing you need to understand is that you deserve success. It's vital to accept this thought. Many of us feel, for one reason or another, that we don't deserve it. Now, this may come down to a number of factors. It may be about feeling some form of guilt for whatever reason. It might be because your family has always been relatively poor, and that means that you can't possibly be successful because what would your family think of you if you broke away from the mold? Now, there are really countless reasons why you might feel that you're held back or that you don't deserve to be successful. Now is the time to throw that sort of reasoning away and to accept that you do deserve it. You actually have the choice as to how you feel about your life. This means that you have a choice about feeling positive. In other words, try to look for the positive aspects in everything that you do. You'll find that by doing so, you'll enjoy your life a whole lot more than you do right now. Be grateful for everything that you currently have. Now, how can you be grateful if you're in a dead-end job and if your boss is a total, well, you get the idea, and all you're doing is working day in and day out, paycheck to paycheck? Well, I guess you can be grateful that you have a job and that you have a paycheck. I see people around me where I live every single day who do not have a job, no job. But it's far worse than that. I see young kids scraping around in the dirt, trying to find empty cola bottles and tin cans so they can sell those empties to some street peddler who will pay them the equivalent of perhaps a single dollar for a whole day's work. Now, these are kids of around 5 to 10 years of age, and they are out there scraping in the dirt because their parents do not have enough money to buy a single bag of rice each month to feed them. They have no choice, but you do. Be grateful for that ability to have a choice. It's really a matter of not taking your life for granted, and if you resist that, you will have a far more positive attitude and it will lead to a far easier to come by road to success. This is where positive attitude and positive gratitude comes from. And again, do consider that nothing of particular significance will come without being appreciative about what you already have in life. Don't worry, be happy. You'll probably recognize those words, the title of a song. Again, this song illustrates that you do have a choice and that you should not focus too much on the negatives. After all, a negative to you is very possibly a positive to someone else. Now, here's an example. I go to the local supermarket to get some of my favorite beer. Yes, I do enjoy a few cold beers now and again, be that with friends or while chilling out in front of the TV watching a solid movie. And I find that the supermarket does not have my favorite beer in stock. I feel miserable. How could they be out of stock on today of all days? Well, the fact is, I'm fortunate enough to live in an area where the local supermarket has another 15 beers on offer. Why can't I choose one of the others instead? After all, I might find that I actually prefer something else. I've never even tried half of the other ones. Now's my opportunity to do so. Great opportunity to do something different. Now, yeah, this may be a bit of a weak example, but it's an example all the same. And where I reside, this is very, very often the case. The supermarkets are sold out. And no one but you determines your future. Don't allow your surroundings to dictate your life. Choose where it is that you wish your life to go, and then you dictate your life. After all, this is your life and it's entirely up to you. No one else can determine your future for you. You must decide what it is that you want right here and right now, and then go for it. You were put on this planet for greatness, not for mediocrity. That said, don't be willing to accept the mediocrity. Shoot for the stars. You can't deny that there is in fact greatness within everyone, including yourself. If someone else did it before you, then there's no reason why you too cannot achieve what it is that you wish to achieve. This is all strictly down to mindset. Going back to what Henry Ford said, if you think you can or you think you can't, you're probably right. Self-trust is the secret to success, is what Ralph Waldo Emerson said. Now, in order to achieve success or to achieve greatness, you need to define what that means to you. Now let's talk about the importance of goals. You need to set your goals, and you also need to have the understanding as to where you're going in order to get there. Goals guide us on our journey. Without having goals, it's very difficult to understand where it is we're going and when we actually get there. You should therefore not underestimate the power of setting goals in your personal life as well. And if you have a family, include your family in that too, and you'll find that this will help to improve your life in other ways. Choose to be a meaningful specific, not a wandering generality, is what Zig Ziglar said. Sure, you can choose to float along in life, moving from one thing to the next, but where is it that you're actually going? You have a choice, and you need to determine what that choice is before you begin any task in life. Another principle that we've touched on before, the torpedo principle. This principle alludes to the explanation of how having a goal actually allows you to reach it. After all, without having a goal, you have nothing to shoot for. The torpedo principle refers to how you should continue to evaluate and correct your course in order for you to achieve your goals. And that leads to the importance of writing your goals down. You want to write down exactly what it is that you want. Be as specific as you can when writing down your goals, and the more specific, the better. In basic terms, you get what you focus on the most. That said, if you have a laser-focused goal and you write it down, you're far more likely to achieve it. This goal becomes easier to achieve when you focus on it every day. Focus on the goal that you want to achieve every single day. You should try to focus on the feeling that you'll experience when you achieve the goal. Then feel as if you've already achieved the goal you've set for yourself. How does it feel? When you do this, you'll find that your goals are that much easier for you to obtain. Further, they come very quickly for you as well. And when you feel it, feel the sensation of victory. What would it be like if you managed to achieve that goal? How does it actually make you feel? You want to take a step forward into the future and actually live that moment right now. What you are in fact doing is applying some super mind ninja stuff, for want of a better term, that can actually blow you away when you harness the power. It's true, and there's nothing new about it. I did not invent this stuff. It's been around for thousands of years. Many of the most successful people today will attest to this and say that they've used the exact same techniques. And don't be tempted to discount them or say that it sounds funny. Well, okay, it does sound funny, but if it works really well, then you surely want to give it a go. Am I right? Now, we're going to be doing a whole other section specifically on goal setting. This is merely an outline about the importance of setting goals. And before we move on to the next section, here's another quote for you from J.C. Penney, the founder of the mid-range department stores. "Give me a stock clerk who has a goal, and I'll give you a man who will make history. Give me a man who has no goals, and I'll give you a stock clerk." Develop the success frame of mind. What we're doing when we carry out what we've discussed above is to develop the success frame of mind. To fully understand this, however, let's check out a definition of success. According to Tom Hopkins, the definition of success is the continuous journey towards the achievement of predetermined and worthwhile goals. It's not a destination, it's a continuous journey. As we continue on this journey, the journey is meeting the goals that we have set for ourselves, and these goals are predetermined. When you fully understand that you need to have goals and that you need to be setting and resetting them and also creating new ones, you'll find that it's far easier to take control of your life and of your success. Now again, success is about reaching your goals and continuing to set new ones. Once you've achieved them, then you set new goals and strive to reach them too. And also bear in mind that it's true that you receive what you think about most often. So you should make it a point to think about your success and your goals on a very regular basis. What you think is what you get. So think success. Now you need to make yourself a commitment and never accept defeat. You can and will succeed providing you commit yourself 100%. This should be one of the largest commitments you make to yourself from this day forth. Commit to success and accept nothing less. You must take charge of your future. No one is going to do this for you. You have the power within you, and all you need to do is focus closely on the end result and then put a plan together. Then act on that plan and continue to correct and adjust as needed and maintain that laser focus until you reach your goals. You will succeed. Success is a state of mind, and so is failure. You have a choice which you wish to choose, success or failure, so choose wisely. How do you think success? Well, first, think of exactly what it is that you want. You need to be specific, and that is crucial. You need to know and understand what it is that you want. Write it down and create a success blueprint. By checking the success blueprint regularly, you'll be able to get back on track when you stray from the path quickly and as required. As we talked about earlier, this is like the torpedo principle, where the course to the end line is never going to be entirely straight. Have the thought of the success blueprint consume you. Your thoughts have to be strong, and you must continually consider them. By doing this, you'll force your subconscious to work too, and you'll come up with ideas that you would never have thought of otherwise. This, in turn, will ultimately help you to achieve your goals a lot faster and a lot more easily. You'll also find that you meet people who can help you, and opportunities will arise that never would have otherwise. Your goals will begin to emanate, and your success will fall nicely into place. Feel that end result. Remember the power of emotion and energy. Put yourself in this state of mind and hold on to the feeling for at least a few times each and every day. There are many times throughout each day that you have dead time, time that you're not using, whether that be when you're sitting in traffic, riding in an elevator, sitting in the park having your lunch. During your dead time, think about your burning desire to meet your goal. It's good to actually put the goal into a sentence, or as it's called otherwise, a mantra. Then memorize this so you can repeat it a number of times throughout the day. Always think about how you can give value to others. And do remember, the more you give, the more you will receive. It's not just about you. It's about helping others so that you can receive in return. For this to work, however, you need to quit thinking in terms of scarcity or how you are lacking in something. You need to train your mind to think in terms of abundance. There's more than enough for everyone many times over. Thinking in terms of scarcity, not giving to others, actually hinders your success. The more you help others, the more help you will receive. So if you practice giving, you will begin to see much more come your way. Nevertheless, you can't expect it. You can't be thinking like this: well, I gave that away for free, so how is it that I never got anything back in return? You need to accept the fact that a return will come. In a sense, you're making an investment, and in turn, that will pay dividends to you. Fact is that many expect to fail, but if you believe that, more often than not, you will be proven right. So you need to expect success, and you will find that more often than not, you will be proven right. Now, depending on your thoughts, you are right. So it's best to think positively as much as you can. Expect the end result. I do keep repeating this over and over, but it's just so important. You need to focus on what you want. You need to be very specific. You need to write it down, and then you need to put your thoughts and your feelings into action. Execute your success blueprint. This is not going to happen by itself. No matter what it is that you do, do something that will have a positive impact upon yourself and your business on a regular basis. You need to study and then implement your success blueprint. Many people will not even create a success blueprint. You've got to take the time to actually write this down rather than merely think about what it is that you really want in your life. Then execute it. You'll no doubt find that as you proceed, there's areas in your life that you require more knowledge. There are going to be things that you really need to focus on and get help with in order to reach the next step. The fact is that the day we stop learning is the day that we end up in the ground. Therefore, accept it and always strive to continue forward. Acquire and master new skills along the way. This acquisition and mastering new skills is as true with business as it is in your personal life. And another thing, don't lose sight of your personal life as you move towards working with your business goals. You'll find that your business life is far easier and a lot more productive when your personal life is in order and you're feeling happy. You need to move forward every day. Keep track of your progress. You can only ever know where it is that you're going if you know where you've already been. So make sure that you continue to analyze the path of your success. Monitor, evaluate, and correct. Use the Zig Ziglar principle. Now, irrespective that this is one of your first days in business or you're a long-term pro, you want to take these steps to heart and practice them for the duration of 30 days. Most of this stuff is merely a success habit that you do not currently use. If you put this to use over the coming 30 days, you will certainly see results. And those results will really surprise you. Don't take this first step lightly, though. Having a proper mindset in any business is 90 to 95% of the game. You can and will be successful if you choose to be. That is a fact. So take these words and act on them. If you simply nod your head and say yes, the chances are that it will not sink in and you'll probably take little to no action. So start now, not later, not tomorrow, not next week, but now. Take 15 minutes right now and think. Think about what it is that you want from your business, be that money, be that freedom, or both together. Whatever the goal is, take it and write it down and be as specific as possible. After your 15 minutes of thought, write down your main goal or desired outcome. Be specific and definite. Include a time frame. Put this into a 1 to 2 sentence statement of fact. And read this statement of fact to yourself every morning when you rise from bed and every evening just before you retire. Do it now. Well, thanks for joining me for Module 2, Programming Your Mind. And as always, if you need any help, please ask for it. Thanks for listening.